Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be going over the Tennison Gambit on this chess.com analysis board. So let's begin. So we start with e4, and now your opponent can go for a few options. He can go to knight c6, which is a Nimzowitsch, or he can go d5, which is a Scandinavian, or he can just respond to the classical e5. But what we're looking to see here is d5. Sorry about that. d5. Now, instead of capturing this pawn, which most people do because there are a lot of variations after capturing the pawn, some people like to go queen e6. They like to go queen e5. Some people even go queen a5. But you should not be going queen c6. Because you just lose the game on the spot with bishop b5. Now your queen's pinned, and no matter what you do, let's say you play bishop d7, you just capture the queen, and now you're up an entire queen. You should win this. Going back, so in this position, we're not going to be capturing this d5 pawn. Instead, we're going to be playing knight f3. Now he's gonna capture your pawn because he says, okay, there's nothing wrong with this. And also, I'm attacking your knight, so there won't be any immediate threats like bishop b5 check, because after you play c6, you're losing one minor piece or the other. Going back, in this position, we don't want to divert black's attention somewhere else. Instead, we want to move our knight. Let's move it to g5. Now black has a few options. If he plays bishop to f5, then he's just placing his bishop on this awkward square, and with some rapid development, you should be able to grab that pawn. Just like this. Now after you play queen e2, now that pawn's gone. There's nothing he can do about it. So let's say he just develops his knight. He just captures, and now you end up drawing the game. And then now, because you have a nice queen, and you also end up with the bishop pair, this should be a winning game for you. Going back, this is not what we're aiming for, though. And black would not want to go bishop f5 because it loses his pawn immediately. So then he'll just go knight f6. Here, instead of putting more pressure on this e4 pawn like this, we're gonna play d3. Now he's gonna be looking to get rid of this extra e4 pawn, especially as it's now in white side of the territory, white side of the board. So he's gonna say, okay, you're helping me get rid of a weakness. Now instead of recapturing with the queen or the c pawn, you capture with the bishop. Bishop captures on d3. Now most lower rated players would be saying, okay, now let's play h6, because once you play h6, you're kicking back the knight, and most people are gonna be looking to kick back this knight as it's helping out in many threats like bishop c4, knight c3. You can even castle on the next move. It does not matter what you do. So he's gonna go h6, trying to kick away your knight, and here's where the magic begins. Here's where the magic of the Tennison Gambit begins. We go knight captures on f7. So you're sacrificing the knight, and the king is now forced to take, because if he does not take, and let's say he moves his queen, you grab the rook. And now if he thinks, okay, I'll capture your rook, you can just simply move it away, and now you're up an entire rook. Going back, so after knight captures, we found out that the only way to save this game is to recapture. Now you're going to unleash the deadly check. Can you spot it? Yes, it's bishop to g6 check. Not only are you checking the king, but you're also launched a discovered attack on the black queen. And look at this. This king cannot go back because his bishop controls the entire light square diagonal. So he has to capture again. And now you just pick up the queen and say, okay, your king's out in the open. I just sacrificed the bishop and the knight for your queen. I am winning this game. Going back, sometimes people say that after e4, most people will not respond with d5. Well, in that case, on white's first move, we're going to go knight to f3, forcing him to play d5. And now we just go with the same variation. d3, d3, captures, and then after h6, you just captures, you check, give up the bishop and knight, and you grab the queen. So that's the other way to do it. If you know that they're not going to play d5 as a response to e4, you can just go knight f3, and now they're completely forced to play d5, or they'll go for some kind of Sicilian invitation. But it's very rare, and most people would go for taking more squares in the center. So if that happens, remember the sequence: knight to f3, d5, e4, captures, and now knight to g5. And now once the knight protects, you just play d3. You let him exchange his weak pawn. After he might play h6. Otherwise, this knight will remain here, and you will have some nice active pieces. So he's gonna have to be forced to play h6. And now you use the magic of the Tennison Gambit, and then you sacrifice a knight and a bishop for your opponent's lovely queen, and you will pick up that material again. Because if you move this knight, this queen's just digging in here, and now you can just play how you want the game to go out. Just like this. So there you have it. The magic of the Tennison Gambit. After queen captures on d8, this game is all over. This king's out in the open. Even though you don't have a light square bishop, you still have the rooks, and you have a knight and bishop, and you have a queen. So that should be way more powerful than this entire army. And you're still drawn in pawns. You use 6 pawns. Here's 6 pawns. So there you have it, Tennison Gambit, the magical opening. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon in my next video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.